It was not long before the practice reached the ears of the emperors, but not as whispers, as invitations, as temptations. The first was Commodus, a man already seduced by the roar of the arena. He believed himself born not of mortal womb, but from the loins of Hercules. His hands, soaked in the blood of men, no longer trembled when the sword was placed in them. He didn't just watch the games, he entered them, fought in them, and when his blade stilled a rival's heart, he pressed his fingers to the wound and brought them to his lips. To the horror of the Senate, his vision remained sharp, his appetite devouring. He insisted on gladiator blood in his morning wine, said it cleared his mind of shadows, that it let him see the threads of fate as golden lines in the air. To the delight of the crowd, they called him God of Blood. Commodus did not grow ill as others did. He did not age as quickly. One night, after drinking the blood of a Germanic champion, he ordered all mirrors in his chambers shattered. His final words before sleep that night were, "My reflection no longer obeys me." He was strangled in his bath weeks later by a wrestler named Narcissus, but the taste remained in court, in temple, in the dark veins of Rome. Not all emperors were so brash. Some preferred ritual. Septimius Severus, suffering from chronic gout, paid to have the blood of Nubian gladiators mixed into a salve, which he had massaged into his joints by eunuchs in gold gloves. He believed the blood rose through the stone, entered his skin, and nourished his soul. He called it communion with suffering. The basin was placed beneath his bed for 7 nights. On the 8th, he declared he had seen the wheel of time. Attention, a sacred radiation of soul. And when they died, that tension was released like fire from a sealed amphora. He painted his eyelids with the ash of burnt bone. He said he heard voices, and that they did not come from Olympus, a symbol meaning strength in silence. These were not for guests, not for ceremony. These were poured in secret, consumed in silence, and always alone. His pain lessened, but he began to dream in languages he never learned and spoke them aloud in sleep. Others sought darker truths. The boy emperor Elagabalus was said to sleep atop a slab of marble beneath which gladiators were executed. Why not kings reborn through the agony of others? In a letter preserved by a Syrian priest, Elagabalus described a rite in which 12 gladiators were killed at once, their blood caught in a basin beneath a golden altar. He died before his 17th birthday. They harvested, but his writings survived, circulated, studied, not by philosophers, by physicians, by priests, by emperors. They began to believe that gladiators, men who faced death daily, who stared into the abyss and spat accumulated something, a charge, to drink that fire, was to burn with something not quite mortal. We find records rare, fragmented of imperial kitchens stocked with amphorae, marked not with wine or oil, but with a single red glyph. Historians debate whether the blood still carried power, but perhaps that misses the point. The Romans believed it did, and belief in the empire shaped reality. Walls were built, nations conquered, gods sculpted from dust and dream. Why not the body remade through blood? At the height of its decadence, Rome's nobility became parasitic not on gold or grain, but on pain. Their doctors did not heal. Their priests did not pray. They bled, and somewhere, buried beneath the marble palaces and line-scarred sand, the truth curdled. Rome was no longer a city of gods. It had become a city of thirst,